Alrighty, welcome everyone. This is going to be trade recap as of Saturday morning my time and Friday for the people in the US. It is currently 3 a.m. so about hour and a half into market open for me. But we're done trading, so that doesn't really matter. But coming into the day, we saw that there was one folder and the actual was less than the forecast, which is great for shorts. I mean, we can use that as confidence, right? We know that the manufacturing index isn't really all that high impactful usually, but let's just jump in. So marking out 9:30. My time. Okay, so here is the executions of today. So pretty simple, just a quick scalp trade, just my scalp model. Personally, it's not the best trade I've ever taken, but certainly not the worst as well. But for today, I should have low-key just not even traded. I'll admit that. I had like 2 or 3 of my entries models just like get disrespected. That should have just been like a get up the charts type of thing. But we didn't end up taking a quick scalp. I believe it was at 1.48 RR. So not too bad. But yeah, let's just jump in. So pretty much coming into the market, I was all for longs because we had this 30-minute. Just do that real quick. Okay, so coming in the market open, we had this 30-minute pullback on ES and on NQ, and I was waiting on let's do ES. I was looking at ES at the time. Okay, so we had this 30-minute FEG that was made during pre-market on ES and brother. Anyway, we dipped down into that, and I was waiting for 1-minute confluence to go long. Let me just do a market out properly real quick. And then so we did dip down into it. Why is it? I like barely tapped it pretty much. Yes, the S&P. Yeah, okay. So pretty much we did tap in. We didn't tap until a lot later on NQ. But so pretty much the whole time I was looking for longs. And we came down, didn't fill it, we exploded up, we took out these highs on NASDAQ, which we made a SMT with. And so at this stage, I was still looking for longs until this 5-minute FEG got inversed on ES, but that wasn't enough for me to enter off. I wanted a pullback on the 3-minute on both pairs to confirm that, just because ES didn't have that 5-minute FEG confluence to inverse. I was waiting for this 3-minute FEG pullback, which I never got, unfortunately. So that was another entry that didn't happen, but I adjusted, used a little scalp model, and then while we were busy inversing this 30-minute on both pairs, we made a 5-minute FEG right over. So this one, it wasn't this one. It was this one. This little one over here, and then on ES, I'm pretty sure we had that exact same one. You know, we didn't. So we made this little 5-minute FEG. Let me mark it out. A little 5-minute FEG over here while we were busy inversing this 30-minute FEG. And then, so that was kind of like confluence. I didn't enter off that. I wanted to see a bit more. I wasn't even like looking to enter a trade at that stage until this happened. We made a 2-minute FEG going down, and then we got a pullback right here. And then I entered somewhere around here on the 1-minute. It was round about here somewhere. Stops was the 50% level of that 2-minute FEG. So just make sure it's marked out properly. So the stop loss was marked out here at the 50% level, and I was targeting, because it was a little scalp, I was looking for a cumulative state previous, which was these, and then I took the lowest range of that, or the lowest swing, pretty much, of that accumulative range, and then just marked out the 50%, those bodies. Was it the bodies? I'm pretty sure it was the bodies, yeah. Was the wicks. And then I targeted somewhere around here. It was definitely lower than, because it wasn't on 1 point. It was like a 1.48, I remember. So yeah, somewhere around there. Targeted these bodies of the cumulative state. That 50% level of those bodies ended up getting hit. I was gonna do take one contract off. I only had 2 contracts on. I was gonna take one off here and then move stops to break even, but as we see, we did get a pullback. So I'm glad I didn't do that and just take all my risk off the table, especially because we were accumulating. I kind of just wanted to get out, but as we see, it did end up dipping a lot lower to fill out this 1 hour FEG and sweeping that high. And on ES was really important. We did inverse the 2-minute I did enter off of, I'm pretty sure. Right, around about here, we did inverse that, but I wasn't looking at that because NQ was still respecting it. And because NQ is the higher currency, pretty sure it's currently valued at like 22K and this is like valued at 6K. Yeah, on my days it literally says it right there. So it is the higher index. So obviously I'm gonna respect this one more than this one. And then we did end up getting follow through. So was a good trade. Was my best. Could have been better. Could have been worse. But best thing too would have been to actually just not trade at all, in my opinion, just because I had these 2 entries get disrespected. It was kind of mixed on bias as well, but pretty simple model. I mean, we had that sweep, and then we had the cumulative range right here, and then we had that little 5-minute pullback, distribution of this, or honestly just respection, enter off the respection, stops 50% level of that FEG that was getting respected, and then just targeting bodies of the cumulative range, and then taking it all off. Pretty simple scalp strategy. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Today was decent. Would have preferred longs. I really do think the higher time frame was longs before pre-market, but now it's probably not. but we did just get a 4-hour pullback, and it did just reach 50% level. So that is an amazing long to take. I made my money, so I'm done for the day. But that was it. So pretty calm trade. Let up.